I'm falling in love with you. I am, and I have been.
You just scared me.
Wee you, the Bachelor spoilers ahead, you've been warned. Officially top 3 contender, Rachel is so close to becoming the one that Clayton Echard will give his final rose to. At this point, covering The Bachelor is almost like a full-time job, or quite literally in my case. Clayton's season has been insane, with the first half filled to the brim with drama, with the later season also filled with drama, but a type of drama that is much more focused on individual women and their relationships with Clayton. Rachel herself has gotten into a bit of hot water with the other women, and she's been accused of misleading The Bachelor on the intentions of other contestants. But as a part of the final 3, does she have a good shot at becoming Clayton's wife? Today we're covering top 3 Bachelor contestant Rachel. Tomorrow though, you decide. Let us know in the comments down below who you think we should cover on the next episode of Where Are They Now. While you're down there, you may as well like this video so we know to keep making more videos just like this one. Let's get into it, shall we? Rachel has had an immediate connection with Clayton since day 1, a connection that has carried her through to being in the top 3. Rachel's a flight instructor and a commercial pilot, and from Orlando, Florida, where she lives now. As per her job description, she's traveled a lot. I mean, like seriously a lot. If you check out her Instagram, it's like 90% travel pictures. And so when she decided to enter into the ring of The Bachelor and place her heart on her sleeve, Clayton seems to have been entirely smitten with her from day 1. He has stated that she is, quote, a calming presence. When I speak to her, the conversation wasn't forced, it was very natural. That was one of the conversations night 1 where I walked out of there along with other conversations I had, and I was like, I'm already feeling good about these girls early on. Like, where could we be at the end of it all? This is great to see night 1. Clayton and Rachel's connection grew stronger every time they were together. She landed her first one-on-one date during the January 31st episode and later received back-to-back group date roses. The Florida resident secured a place in the Bachelorette Season 18 alums Final 3 alongside Gabby Windey and Susie Evans during the Monday, February 28th episode. In promos for the end of the season, Clayton tells all of the remaining women that he is in love with them. He also informs 2 contestants, though it is unclear which ones, that he has been intimate with both of them. Clayton told us in December 2021 that he is no longer, quote, using absolutes after confessing his love to the final 3. Quote, I kind of started laughing in disbelief. I don't know if it was nervous. I think it was a nervous laugh. He recalled of acknowledging his feelings towards multiple women. Quote, but you know what? I realized, like, you can't fight these feelings, you have to allow them to come out. As for his intimacy confession, Clayton revealed that it was, quote, upsetting for the women to hear it, and rightfully so. However, he wanted to be, quote, just understand that once the show airs, that whole scene will play out, and there will be an explanation, and people will then understand, or at least they'll be able to see the full picture of what actually happened in the way that it did, which is a quote that Clayton added at the time that he did some things wrong as the lead, even though his intention was to do what he thought was right at the moment. Quote, I can't say that I have any regrets because if I would have done things differently, would it have been my 100% authentic journey? And I think the answer to that is no. That being said, I'm going to predict right now that Rachel is in the final 2. My reasoning behind this is because Rachel is one of the women that Clayton has given his intimacy speech to. When ABC dropped the Bachelor trailer that just casually bombed the audience with the knowledge that Clayton had slept with 2 women, Reality Steve, the Twitter guy who discusses basically every reality television show, theorized that Rachel was one of the women he had been intimate with. In a recent episode where everyone went to Iceland, Steve goes further into detail about his ideas. Quote, the 2 women whose backs are to us, and he's seriously telling he was intimate with both, are Rachel and Gabby. 2 women we know had hometown dates, Steve had confirmed, adding that the shot of the women crying is Sarah, who actually wasn't there during the conversation. Quote, the shot of Sarah crying was squeezed in from another point in filming since we know Sarah didn't make it to Iceland. So most people assume now Gabby and Rachel are your final 2 based on that shot in Iceland. Certainly looks that way, but with the way that the editing works and how tricky they can get sometimes, the only thing we know for sure is that the whole scene happens in Iceland. Quote, honestly was feeling all kinds of bored about the end of Clayton's love journey, given his lack of personality on Michelle's season of of The Bachelorette, but something tells me this might actually end up being the most dramatic season ever, or at the very least the most sexually charged, which I guess I'll take too. But that is not all, folks. Sarah Hamrick, a contestant who was let go during Clayton's season, has started beef with Rachel and fellow contestant Teddy Wright. She's accusing them both of misleading Clayton Echard about her intentions. In Sarah's interview with Us Weekly, she states, quote, "I definitely feel betrayed by them. It's hurtful because throughout our entire time on this season, I was sounding board for them. They shared good days with me, they shared bad days with me, and they shared tears, laughter. They shared intimate details about their conversations with him as well. Things like, you know, Teddy said, oh, he's already talking about meeting my family. And Rachel saying, oh, we already talked about a hometown. And at this point, I have not had those conversations. But did I hold it against them? No. Did I come to them about that and say, how dare these women say this to me and make me insecure? No, I didn't say that because the time is already so limited. Why would I spend it, one, being down on myself, but two, mixing my relationship with other people's relationships, especially those people that are my best friends? Because we understood at that point that at least for me, I was able to separate my relationship from my friendships and I was able to be there for my friends. She also said that she wasn't given the same treatment and respect from Teddy and Rachel. She then further stated, quote, I think what was the most hurtful is that even when it was brought to my attention that they felt insecure because of my relationship, I came to them specifically and I said, I take accountability for this. I apologize for this and I want to move forward. They accepted that apology. We agreed, all three of us, because we had not been doing it. We all agreed to not share intimate details anymore and move forward. We didn't. She then stated that she didn't speak to anyone after she left Vienna and that she was tired of playing the game that she was led into. Sarah hit out at both Rachel and Clayton as well, thinking that they're both ingenuous for their actions. It seems like this is such an insanely messy season, and how the last few episodes are going to play out is anybody's guess. So, who do you think is going to get the final rose from Clayton Echard? Do you think that Rachel has a chance? Let us know in the comments down below, and please don't forget to subscribe to this channel so we can keep making more videos just like this one. I've been your host, Sierra. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Where Are They Now? See you guys next time.